it's just this electric, tingly, I don't know, it's almost like I feel like people would feel like they're getting touched. Like I would feel people would like notice, like, and you'd be like, you look behind you and nobody's there. Is that an experience that we've had here?
It feels crowded. For me, it feels crowded.
Yeah, okay. No, I keep feeling all these, like hello, hello, hello. Like, it's very weird. Something right in here draws my energy and my attention. It's almost a little sharp right here. It's and a lot of ear ringing. It's very loud. This is a very interesting little bit of.
And these all used to be separate rooms, actually, too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna feel different things. And look, I almost have trouble breathing right here, to be perfectly honest. I'm a little short of breath here. And I don't know why.
I feel it in the chest too.
Yeah.
Water too.
I keep hearing all these different things. They're just, it's a little like, I almost want to tell people from the cemetery, y'all can wait. You don't need to. The thing is about cemeteries, they're not inherently haunted. It's usually when people go there to mourn their dead that the dead will show up and,
Which just happened today.
Oh, really?
Good. Yeah, people will rally, they'll come mourn with their loved ones that are still alive, and but there are some deceased people that do just kind of roam around. They just roam. And I feel like we've got a couple of roamers. But
Are these attached to the property or?
there's I almost hear the name Ed or Edgar. Like there's some guy that seems to be very comfortable in the space. I don't know who he is. There's a sense of being backed into a corner. Trapped. I felt a little backed into a corner, a little bit claustrophobic. I feel a little trapped.
It's funny how you say that. You literally are backing yourself into a corner.
I know.
As you said that.
Yeah, but I feel like somebody would be like this, like there would be like a drop down into this area, and I don't know. I can't really quantify that just yet. I almost feel like you would get some kind of stick figure in here, like they're in the corner, hide in the corner, hide in the corner. That's really interesting. I just wander around and feel a lot of weird stuff in places. That's my job.
That's
Yeah, I just walk around and like, why do I feel this? I'll figure it out. One place at a time, to be honest. This is the inner sanctum that nobody ever sees. It's behind the scenes. Oh, hello. Hello there. How you doing? There's a living human out there, so that's fine.
Oh. Alrighty then.
I get weird things from the bathroom too.
Well, no, I will be getting there. I sort of go around and feel a lot of pressure on my throat. A lot of pressure right there. Hello? Why are you here? Why are you? It's like a whisper. I hear like a whisper.
The whisper in your ear?
Yeah, I hear like a whisper.
Hmm.
Like somebody just comes up and just whispers.
Hmm.
I want to seal with this.
Hmm?
Well, energy kind of, I don't know what that is, but it's energetically a little odd to me.
No.
No, something on the other side of the wall is the problem.
On the other side of our wall, on that side, I believe that there's a breaker box.
Oh, okay.
There
So
you
Ding,
go.
ding,
I'm-
ding.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm a natural EMF meter.
Okay.
Well, that'll be good to bring the tools in there to see
Yeah,
if
you're
that
an
is.
EMF meter.
I am. I can. High EMF will make
Yeah.
Anybody feel sick,
Yeah,
but
and you're
I'm
super
pretty sure
human
it's
on
in
it.
that.
but
Okay.
but a
Probably
medium, yeah,
That's good validation.
It'll goof y'all up.
All right.
I get set off by EMF. Do I beep and like chime now too? Yeah, I'd like to get some meters in there
Okay.
and a
Hmm.
and a good selfie by those purple lights. Yeah, you know that term, that sense of being crowded, that is an apt description.
Yeah, it just feels crowded, like not like it's bad energy, but it just.
You're right.
feels
It's just
very-
like a whole lot of
It's
people.
like they're all trying to join the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody's here to have a good time. Oh, you people look fun. Let's go hang out with everyone here. You know, and I almost like it's almost too easy to say, okay, it's a cemetery. That has a slight factor, but it's something more about the building itself.
Mhm.
It's something to do with the physical building that is the epicenter. Like what's underneath it? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Not the uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We'll just hope they're in the place. We'll just kind of hope that there's none of those. We'll just pretend that it's okay. I'm sure it is.
Oh,
Urban legend
right. You
Urban
know,
legend has it that Broadway was built over part of the old cemetery, but I've never verified that.
well, you know, all the schools and stuff they moved the headstones, but they didn't
Right.
bother to move the bodies.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
very
little
cool,
dis-
guys.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
What?
all true.
Well, they should have learned their lesson,
Sacramento
right?
High School.
Yeah, they did say it was a part of the cemetery at one time before and then they built a road.
Yeah. Oh. I almost get a dizzying feeling in here, like a little lightheaded and like just sort of my brain feels a little swirly. Yeah, it feels a little odd.
It feels
Slightly.
more grounded in the back, doesn't it?
Well, it's
Just-
the EMF screwed me up in the
Well,
back.
that, yeah.
But this
I
just
didn't
makes
go in there.
this makes me. I swear, like
Little portally.
like right here, I feel like I'm swirling down a drain.
Uh-oh.
I just,
Running right.
I'm just I feel tippy right there. Wow.
Check that with a compass.
Yeah, we'll check that. We may as well look at the other little space if you guys want us to look at the other,
Yeah.
get a feel of it.
It might be easier to.
Something.
Yeah. Have those are nice begonias.
Mhm.
I know, a little ADD. No, there's something.
This is not a cat.
I know if there was a cat in here, I'd be like, we just pet it.
Always do as an investigation.
There's something.
Kind of yicky.
It's a human energy that feels a little off. A little bit of trauma.
Like living or deceased?
Not sure.
I'm not sure. Hi.
Yeah.
I am due for morning. I was coming in all the right places today. Yeah, no ink on film out of that.
There's some nice art in here.
Oh, that's weird. There is a level of somebody that has been in here has had a very severe emotional trauma or loss, like a death. There's a very severe loss that bled into the energy here, like somebody's living energy and their grief has leaked into this space.
Hmm.
It's very palpable to me that they're really, really, really like
Oh.
a lot of sadness and a lot of pain.
Hmm.
I think that's what I was feeling, it's just heaviness, just pure heaviness.
Yeah. Hmm.
I kept being shown like the image of Ricky Ricardo. That's an odd bit of imagery to see for no apparent reason.
Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah, that seems that Ricardo.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah. that's for you to figure out the history later. I'm the one that just feels. You research.
I don't know about any.
Like I almost feel like this should, like if this is empty, you'd hear stuff like from over here when nobody's supposed to be here. Is that something you guys are experiencing?
That's something that Corey, one of his clients, experienced. They were tattooing and heard a noise. They were the only ones that heard it too. It was like right next to them.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Well, interesting. I felt that here.
It was like a, ooh. And they both heard it very clearly. And he turned to me and said, "Did you just say something? Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know what he was talking about." And then she actually got up and went and checked on her boyfriend to see if her boyfriend was okay, to see if he made the noise. And nobody else heard it, just the two of them did.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like that there would be those sort of random disembodied sort of sounds and things that are going on that are just like, no, there's nobody there, but why? You know, that's really what I felt pretty strongly in this area.
Yeah, that is weird when there's nobody there.
That's what I specialize in. But weird.
Weird's what we use.
Yeah, weird can be good. Yeah, this is just, it's a very interesting confluence, but there's some sadness in this section of this part of this half of the building. There's an emotional sadness, a grief feeling, and I don't know whose it is. I don't know, maybe if it was somebody that came in or if it was one of the people that works in here, but there's like a saturated grief feeling.
Hmm.
And I have no idea what that sound was. So we'll have to figure that out. Let's hope it was a living person.
Hmm.
We're gonna do the outside walkthrough, huh? Okay.
I don't know, but I'm drawn to that corner.
Yeah, and the camera's having troubles because it's trying to lock on a face on that fence. So it's not wanting to lock on you, even though in there now it goes back, going back to you. It was locking on a face over here.
Something's
Facial recognition software is cool.
back in that corner.
That was interesting. And now it's not doing it. Now it's locking on you and you. But it was locking on
We're real people.
It was locking on a on a face on the fence there.
Lovely.
So very interesting. Now you're not blurring at all.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't feel as attracted to the corner anymore. What the hell is ringing?
Somebody's ringing.
Car outside.
It's ringing. The thing I'm going to be encountering is that you guys bring a little energy with you too. Bring some of your own people. There's an interesting lady that's with you, and I want to work with her a little bit more. Oh man. No, I will try. I don't want to push her too hard yet, but she's a really interesting gal and real, very mindful, bright soul that seems really interested in your creativity. So she's a very strong woman, a very, very strong personality. So I'd like to see if maybe she'll be better or possibly communicate through some of the devices, because she's kind of hanging out to the side, just sort of watching this process. But she's definitely somebody that belongs to you, somewhere in your DNA. But she's not really showing exactly where in the line. So I don't like to jump the gun and like, okay, it has to be this, has to be that. I don't want to go too far. If she's not going to give me all the information, I will just sort of wait for her to provide me more. I wish I controlled the dead. That'd be nice. It would be helpful to me, but I'm basically just a conduit. Whatever's supposed to come to me or through me for anybody's highest good does. But if the spirit is just like, oh no, I'm just here, but that's all I have to say, then I respect their space. I respect their boundaries. I mean, she's got she's got to be over 70. She's really got a really, mature energy about her, although I'm miserable at placing ages. And she's just like she seems so focused to me, so meditative and focused. So I don't know if we'll be able to figure out who she is or not, but I'd love to.
Yeah, I'd like to know who's following me around.
Yeah, you have. You're
Wonder why I feel crowded.
Yeah.
You have gosh, well, you have a little bit of protection. Is kind of what I'm feeling. Is like of energy around you that seems really, really nice and really loving and very helpful. Almost like I want to give the analogy of like Jiminy Cricket. Like somebody that kind of helps you along, and sometimes you listen, and sometimes you don't. And they keep trying to get you on the come on, listen, come on, pay attention to you. This is the direction, go this direction, and then things, when you do listen to that, things do start to fall into place for you. And when you ignore these little signs and symbols from this sort of guardian, things kind of go down the toilet a little bit for you. So I don't know if you kind of resonate with that or anything, but that's sort of, don't mean to probe too much into your
No,
inner
it's
sanctum,
all
but-
good. I'm all for this. So.
Yeah, that's sort of my job. But they really are trying to encourage you to make really good decisions and happier and healthier decisions for yourself that are much more in line with being good to your own soul instead of the defeating thoughts, the defeating behaviors, the defeating interactions with society that make you feel isolated. They want to put you back into the light. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know any more details because some stuff is too personal, and but you've got a cheering section. So if you guys want to maybe tell us just a few of your in general personal things, we're still going to go through the meters to all the different layers of validation. But if you want to give a couple tidbits, whoever wants to sort of let us know some of the things you may or may not have been experiencing and kind of what triggered you to call us out.
I have not actually had any experiences. The experiences were the very first night. We always put the broom right back here, the push broom, and it's tucked in between the wall and the cabinet.
Okay.
And even if we would have left it out right here or right there, if it fell, it would have fallen right down. But it was, where was it when you came in?
Yeah, so I guess that we closed together, and then when I came back the next morning,
The broom was here in the floor.
Like way where it should not possibly be.
The broom head, the push broom of the head was right here, and then the stick was there. So it just didn't make any sense how it would fall.
And then
No, couldn't travel that far.
over. Yeah,
so that part confused me a little bit.
I'm gonna admit that is a little strange, and
Right.
and sort of around the area, I sort of started to feel sort of dizzy and funny.
Yeah.
I felt kind of swirly and
It
wonky.
was before we got cameras, unfortunately, so
Oh.
we couldn't see what happened. But no, nobody came into the building. They left. They closed.
And I thought, I asked Courtney,
She
I was
thought
like, do you
maybe
want
we
to
were
mess
playing
with me?
Yeah.
Oh man, that really was real. So, yeah.
Sometimes spirits are just they they're in their own routine. They're doing their own things. It's even just a residual haunt. They don't even realize what they're doing. They're just knocking crap over or playing around or playing games. If they're not breaking anything, if they're not pinching, scratching, biting, doing anything to harm anybody, they're kind of just playing around.
Yeah.
They're just goofing around. And we can set boundaries. That's something that's okay to do. You can tell them, all right, this is not okay or this is okay. You guys set the rules just like you would in your own home. If you feel that they are pushing the envelope a little too far, tell them.
Well, and I feel like that's ever since I kind of have conversations, and I'll be like, good morning, when I come in, or like I was telling him when we play certain types of music in the morning, and then we'll cut it off. I mean, we were doing that at the beginning a little bit, but yeah, I was just being more open, or when I close the shop, I'm like, good night, and I haven't, I guess ever since we kind of contacted you, it's definitely died out a little bit,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I'm not really like feeding into it. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe like
That's a good
Come
set
to
of, that's a good set of boundaries too, is just like, you don't wanna feed too much into it. You don't wanna draw a lot of extra attention to, inviting spirits you don't want to come into the space, You can be polite to the energies here, you can be respectful, you can have a reverent respect for whatever energies happen to be wandering through. But yeah, know the lines, know where the lines are, set your own boundaries and set boundaries for them. And this could be just a magnificent, enjoyable, place.
I do feel, so I went into one of the buildings, it's about, it's two storefronts down.
Okay.
And I took a step into his little shop and I couldn't breathe. And I like legit felt like all the negative energy was being sucked away and going into that
Well,
shop.
and there could be a reason that they're attracting that energy.
Definitely.
I already told you guys about next door, Corey and his client here in the Psy. When I was in the middle of tattooing.
Yeah.
I do know that, so I guess that's not typically my experience, but experiences that I've had next door. I haven't had anything happen to me here. When we first opened, it was just me and Corey, and a lot of the times we'd be there by ourselves, and we'd be there alone, late. And we didn't really have a lot of furniture in there or anything. It was just kind of our stations we worked off of. And I kept having, I was sitting kind of in the middle, I would sit in the middle of the building, like drawing. And so I'm like, I was up against the back wall on that side. And towards the back, like where you walked in, you're like, oh, this feels,
Yeah.
I would always see something out of the corner of my eye.
Wow.
Always. And it was always dark. Like
Okay.
dark movement, and I would look, nothing would be there.
It's a little validating, don't you think?
Yeah, it was weird. And then Corey and I weren't dating at the time, we were just friends. And then one day I came to the shop, and he was like, whoa, I was here painting late last night, and I saw like a shadow in the back of the shop.
Oh,
and I was
jeez.
like, where? And he like pointed to where it was, and I was like, that's where I keep seeing things. And then a few weeks later, we were at the front of the shop, and we were having a conversation, and just like I'm talking to you, in the middle of the conversation, we hear this,
Oh wow.
like someone was dragging or pushing a box in the back of the shop, and we both stopped and like looked to the shop, and then looked at each other. We were like,
What?
I don't know what that was.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
That's kind of neat.
That's
And there is sounds like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, and I just, so obviously, like I was, like I'm not feeding. Yeah, and so there'll be times where I'll be in the break room and I hear someone walking, and I'm like, okay, well maybe it's an echo. Like you obviously justify everything, but I
Yeah, of
hear
course.
all the time, or just like almost like like next door, but like little things, or just it's weird, but you just like don't feed into it, and then you're just like, wait, that was kind of weird. That wasn't a part of it. So.
Well, that makes a lot of sense then for what
Yeah,
I
it
was kind of
does.
feeling, like you had a lot of different noises and sounds and rustling and things. That's validating for me too, that's how what I felt you guys were experiencing, and that's in fact kind of what you guys were going through. And so what else?
I've heard crashing.
Oh.
It sounds like
Boxes
it
are
sounds like
falling.
boxes are falling, and it's to the point where I've even been in the shop by myself,
Mhm.
and I like, because we're kind of a new shop, and so there's still a lot of work to be done and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be like, Corey, and it won't. Nobody will answer. And I went into the back to find out if he is back there, and there'll be nobody there.
Oh boy.
And that's happened at least 3 times
We'll
Oh,
talk
like
about
loud
that
crashing sounds.
today.
today.
Today it happened?
We'll talk about what happened today.
Oh,
Just
Tomorrow.
with the, oh, okay.
Okay.
I go into the bathroom because I'm talking about you guys coming, and I'm having a conversation with one of the tattoo artists next door, and he's telling me about his experiences when they were in here working on stuff. And so in the shampoo area, they were talking about a lot of things that they were feeling in there, and how it just
That room
feels
was
creepy.
creepy when we moved here. It was
The shampoo room?
horrifying. Yeah,
It's
the
pretty
way
creepy
we
still.
moved, yeah.
Exactly
so the-
where you were talking
Yeah.
about is where they kept
It is creepy.
photographing.
What's
They
funny
kept
is
photographing it. They
So,
felt compelled to
you said you
photograph
felt
that area.
like in the corner.
Yeah.
So my first
That's
impression when
validated.
we
Yeah.
walked into that room, the room was painted this like
Off
horrible
green.
off green color,
Ew.
and it had fluorescent lights.
Oh, God.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, it looks like someone's been tortured in this room.
Yes.
Oh.
I just was like, I could imagine someone in the corner, like chained in the corner, and that was like the
Holy
first
crap.
thing I said when I saw that room.
Wow.
So
Wow.
when you get in there, you're like, I feel like something in the corner. I was like,
Oh.
Well, I enjoy the validation after all. You know, that's
Validation
always
nation.
nice for me, but
Wow.
Also,
Damn.
another thing that happened was there's a hole that's in the attic.
I saw
I
that.
saw that too.
What the heck is
got
that?
My attention, like, why?
Right. So he's telling me about how he felt drawn to that area when they were here too.
Mm-hmm.
He's like very, kind of in tune with that kind of stuff. And he was saying he felt like there was a little girl that was like up there sleeping. And when I looked up there, oh dude, when I looked up there, I'm kind of, we're talking or whatever, and I'm a little freaked out. It's fine. I see two lights come from down. So I kind of, there's a beam separating the two lights. I'm like, okay, either that's a roof leak that's waiting to happen, or there's something up there that's reflecting light back there.
No.
Or eyes,
Well, I wanted to touch it that I was feeling some smaller energy, but I'm like, why would there be kids in here? Like, I debunked it in my own mind, like, why would there be children? That didn't make sense to me, so I threw that out. But now that you're saying that, it's kind of like,
well, and I do know, I don't know if you know much about the history of the cemetery, but there's a young girl who's buried in the cemetery.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name. She died a long time ago when she was like 12, and she
Oh,
became famous like after death because they found like a treasure trove of all of her belongings.
oh, okay.
100 years later, that's her. It's in a museum somewhere. People go and visit her grave all the time. And
Oh,
trinkets on it and everything. And she's said to like wander
Wander
the
around.
cemetery.
Oh, okay, well then that might make sense then, because
I'm having a moment of deja vu because they just had the story you're talking about on Mistress at the Museum.
oh, did they?
Yeah.
Really?
So I was tripping out when you said that. Just the other
Oh,
night.
that's cool. I
Just
didn't
the other
see
night,
that.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
see that one.
Yeah,
Neat.
she's supposed to be really active, and she's part of the reason why they think that this cemetery is like one of the most haunted cemeteries. Is because she's part of the
There
It's known
are.
for it, yeah.
I know that they say it's a haunted cemetery, and like I said, there absolutely is a possibility. Certain things can trigger there to be a haunting. Most dead people are at peace and they're not wandering around by their grave, but there are always exceptions.
Well, and I
to
believe
the
that
rule.
her mother lived down the street, and I think her mother actually said that she haunted her. Like, so she like
Holy
came
cow.
back and forth, and like there was the whole thing. I don't know all the details.
Wow, have to check that story out.
I know
Well,
that
we will have to do further research.
she's
Yeah.
famous.
Like I don't have enough to do
I know,
already.
right? Well, I'm sure it's an easy Google. Because every time I keep feeling something small touch me, I keep feeling touch. Just constantly.
That's
like,
weird.
I don't get that on a lot of cases, but
Yeah.
I keep feeling
Lower touching.
like little
Little
sort of
kid
like
touches.
that, and
Yeah.
that, like little like 2 or 3 fingers, like a little.
Hello, pardon me.
What?
It's like, what is it? What do you wish?
This is an interesting location, but I don't feel like intimidated or anything angry or anything mean. It just feels like
A lot.
a lot. maybe the little girl thought it was funny to just go for the broom.
Maybe.
Like just as a
It's
like,
never
like a prank.
Yeah,
It's,
scary.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
I've
it's been
never felt
spooky,
negative.
you know. But
It could be a little weird and creepy, but when you're by yourself and you hear stuff, but as long as you don't give a lot of fear to it, fear is what draws
Yeah.
in negative energy. If you're just like, okay, knock it off.
there you go. Morning.
Yeah, if you treat
Yeah, exactly.
people with more respect, you're much less likely to have the negative experiences. I mean, there's no guarantees in anything, but honestly, this just feels like they all want to join in the fun. Like everybody wants to have fun with you guys. That's what I feel.
You're the cool people.
Yeah. to be honest, it just feels like I think that, kind of with what we know and some of the experiences you guys have had, I think we might want to break out a few of the meters and
Absolutely.
Dude.
start with the baseline meter readings and baseline photography. See if we can capture any orbs, mists, anomalies, that kind of stuff. See if any of the meters go off. I'm going to leave the REM pod, like where the
Slowly.
broom.
About where you're standing.
Yeah.
Where the vortex is?
record like the millimeter, the eddymeter, the trifield, that kind of stuff, and just see if we can get readings that are either someone can debunk some stuff or we can prove some stuff.
Yep.
Does that sound like a?
Yeah.
Let's do it.